Hello, this is episode 3, and we're gonna talk about assertiveness, which is confidence. It's when you're actually positive about achieving your goals. You have positive attitude that your expectations, your wishes will be met, and you're confident when you're asking something from other people. And especially it's a great skill because it helps you to solve the problem. The problem when you either suppress your feelings and not communicate your feelings, your wishes. And the other side is when you're aggressive, when you're trying to achieve your goals with aggressiveness, it makes other people suffer. So this is either ability than either of these two because you can actually communicate your feelings with respect to another person.
Yes, and actually assertiveness is very important. It's a very important ability. We don't born with it. We just acquire it, and it's a matter of training. So the something interesting about assertiveness, it has the 3 C's. So it is clear, which means that you will express yourself with clarity. You will be a little bit straightforward without being unpolite, which is very important because many people think that being straightforward is like, oh, I don't like what you're wearing today. That is rude. That has nothing to do with assertiveness. So be clear with your feelings without hurting others. Also be consistent, which means that you will stick to what you said. If you have an opinion yesterday, if you had an opinion yesterday, it means that today you will have the same opinion. The opinions can change, but in your values in general in your life you must be consistent, which means that you will live according to what you think. That is consistency. And also be courteous. So you will respect the way that the other is thinking, the other is expressing, and which means it's also like being a good listener. Most people are so bad with listening, they just want to be heard. And it is something that we also can train. So these 3 C's are very important in the assertiveness matter.
Mhm. And when you meet with another person and you want to achieve a goal or you want to ask them something, you starting with not being scared of this person, not be ashamed and not being angry with this person. You like a business partner and you trying to come to the goal, to the common goal. So you take this courage, you take this responsibility to treat this person with respect, and at the same time you treat your wishes and needs with respect too. So this is the best position in communication, and I would like to say that I keep working on it. We're not ideal. We won't say that we already achieved all of the skills, but we keep developing them. And this is what important, that you keep going and keep growing your skills.
Yes, I actually have like a scenario so that you can understand the ideas between the assertiveness and the aggressive response and the passive response. So let's say that aggressive response is on the left and the passive response is on the right. They are like on the extremes. Assertiveness is in the middle, is like the balance. So I am going to tell you a scenario of a situation and how an aggressive response is like to the scenario and how is the passive response and how should it be like in the ideal, in the ideal response should be like assertive response? Okay, so the scenario is this: a friend shows up late to a movie you really wanted to see, causing you both to miss it. The aggressive response would be, you are always late and never think about anyone else but yourself. So this aggressive response is like you got angry and you just didn't know how to express your anger, and you can imagine all the consequences of this response. Okay, the passive response is, it's fine, I didn't want to see it that much, so anyway, it's not like, but in reality you wanted to see it very much, you just didn't show your emotions on the right way. You just said like, oh no, it's all right. Because the passive usually avoid conflict at all costs. But what happens with the passive is that you accumulate all these things, and there comes a time when you explode.
Yes,
So
literally. Mm.
yes. So the assertive response could be, I'm really disappointed we missed the movie because I really wanted to see it. Next time, I would like us to pick a time that works better. So in this assertive response, you are not blaming your friend. You are not saying, "Oh, it's not no, I didn't want to see it anyway." You say that, okay, you're saying, your friend, I wanted to watch this movie, but perhaps next time we could both pick a time that will be convenient for both. So this is like one example of assertiveness, and which is very interesting with assertiveness as well is that we usually should use the I. For example, there is a situation in which I feel anger and I don't know how to tell my friend that I am so angry. So instead of blaming the other, which usually we do when we are angry, we blame the others, is we should use the I concept. So I feel this way. When this happens, I feel this way. And that makes the other person understands us better. We express ourselves, but we don't blame the other. So it's like a good thing to
Yes,
take.
and it works very well because when the other person hear that you're actually disappointed in the situation that it happened, or if you think I'm worrying about this, the other person understands you and they care about meeting your expectations, like helping you to achieve your goals. It's a simple tool, uh, but we're not always use it correct because we can include judgment in our expression. Uh, when I was just training to express my feelings and trying to uh, achieve a certain behavior from another person, I started from I expression, but I said like, I don't like to listen like negative movies, negative shows, and it hurted another person because I put a judgment into my expression. So it's very important to know that when you trying to change the behavior of another person, like the person is in the place that you all use, like your living room, and they're putting on the movies that you don't like or something else, you're not starting to judge them for this. And this is a part of it. You remember about respecting this person, and you're not treating a person like a problem. You're trying to be a partner with them. And always when you can be kind, you should be kind if you can afford kindness, because the world becomes better with these small things when we can show kindness to another person.
And so, Anna, I think that we are also going to talk about anger, because it's very related to assertiveness on how to deal with people when you are angry, and how different people can take anger in many different ways.
Yes, certainly. We're going to talk about it, and especially you should pay attention that some people just stick to the passive aggressive behavior. Is that when we're scared to express our anger and we don't know how to do this, and then we start to uh, be like aggressive, but not showing this in the uh, right, in the direct way, but doing this through our actions, the tone of voice, or the way how we're sarcastically talking with others. So it's a bad habit. Uh, okay, let's not be judgmental. It's just a negative habit that impedes your happiness. So, with the anger expression, you can use these I messages to meet your expectation, to help another person understand how you feel, because if you think that other person understand it just by your passive aggressive behavior, they won't understand until you communicate your feelings. So you starting with your I messages, and remember about not being angry with a person or embarrassed, like you should say something, what if the person will be angry with you? No, you're not doing this, because another person will understand you if you say about yourself how you feel. So you starting with expressing how you feel about the situation is the first step. Like, I feel frustrated, I feel angry, I feel uncomfortable. There are many ways to explain it. Then what you're saying, you can tell why you feel this way. Maybe you feel like your pride was hurt because of the situation. Maybe you think that uh, you hadn't enough attention from this person. It's like when I'm uncomfortable or a little bit angry when my brother watches his phone. I want to speak with him, but in our conversation, he keep watching to his phone. So probably you can communicate your feeling in the way like this. When I see you watching the phone, I feel frustrated because I try to communicate my feelings. I try to speak with you, and I feel like I'm not important because you're not paying attention to me. Okay. We just need to cut off this example because I said
No,
something
you said
like
it very
you.
clearly. Yeah, no, but I think it's good because in a normal situation of people, of course, you won't when we are angry, we won't be thinking, oh my god, if I said you, uh they will be, no, we all wanted, like in my case, I just want to punch the person in the face. So yes, so it depends also on the kind of anger. So perhaps for one person, like for me, it works. Like, I am very angry right now, I can, if I talk to you right now, I will be disrespectful, so I will go. And when I come down, I will come back to you and we can talk. In my case, I need to go to the punching bag or something and then come back. Yes. So it depends. And it depends also on the, because I can be angry or upset and I can have a conversation. But when the situation is too much for me to handle right now, I prefer to go so that I won't do or say something that I will regret later.
Yeah.
Yes. So in your case, I think it's good. It's the example is good when you, especially when we're talking to brothers, and so it's like,
Maria said the very important thing is that you shouldn't express your feedback these emotions. So you shouldn't be angry at the moment when you express your feeling. You should be impartial, because otherwise it will be like a passive aggressive when you're trying to express feedback, even by using I messages, and you put your anger in it, or you put your frustration in it. It becomes not assertive, it becomes just aggressive. So what you're doing, you calm down first, and then you communicate your feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I let the person know that I am angry. Like, I am very angry right now. So I have to go to calm down so that I won't be disrespectful. And then when I come down, I will come back and we can discuss it like calmer. Yeah. In my case, it's like explosion. Not always, of course, but yeah, I think it's important to differentiate the levels of anger as well.